Hey, it's Dr. G from Hard Copy, and we find ourselves once again talking about choking as a sexual practice. Over the past year, we've seen strangling during sex come up time and time again, particularly from within a UK context, as their legislator recently passed the Crime and Policing Act of 2026. The act made it illegal to depict strangulation or suffocation, among other things, in online pornography. Such an effort has been framed by the UK's government as part of its broader aims to repel violence against women and girls. We've come across recent research showing that 43% of sexually active teens in the UK have been strangled during sex. And relatedly, it's been found that the practice of non-fatal strangulation, or NFS, has been increasingly normalized among young people by the media, by pornography, and by peer norms. It's worth noting that most health practitioners believe that NFS is never a safe practice, despite a widespread belief that it can be performed safely. In addition to accidental death, oxygen deprivation, even for a short period, can change the fragile structure of the brain. For instance, multiple studies have specifically shown brain changes in women who have been repeatedly choked during sex, including markers for brain damage and disruptions in brain hemispheres linked to depression and anxiety. We're going to keep following NFS as a sexual practice to see where this all goes. Will outlawing NFS become an increasingly feminist issue, as it has in the UK? And will other countries follow suit in banning its depiction in pornography? We'll see. But before I bounce today, I do want to throw in two more cultural observations into this discussion. The first is that NFS, or choking in sex, is not strictly a straight subject. Queers choke each other during sex too, seemingly increasingly both in real life and within pornography. Trust me. And so that's something to consider. Although the UK has spun NFS as an issue of consequence regarding violence against women and girls, probably in order to pass their legislation, NFS is a growing cultural trend that is relevant to population groups beyond just women and girls. And the second observation I want to put into your brains is connected to the allure of NFS. Why do sexual subjects feel compelled to choke each other while they're fucking each other? Why does this sexual trend seem to be on the rise? Surely power, control, domination, these are all part of the discussion here. Sex can be a scene in which things happen that increase one's sense of power, one's sense of control, and one's sense of domination. The physicality of sex, its intimacy, its knack for hosting an array of gendered, raced, and other varied bodily and identity dynamics, all these factors can help to make sex a powerful tool for control and for domination. This plays out in cases of sexual violence all the time. But sex can also be a scene where one's lust for power, control, and domination is manifested through play, as within BDSM practices. So what I'm getting at here is that what may be popularizing choking in sex might be a growing thirst for violence, yes, but it also might be a growing thirst for pleasure. This intertangling of violence and pleasure within sex is always quite messy. Here's a quick example. Erotic asphyxiation, which may be considered a precursor to NSF. Erotic asphyxiation is the intentional restriction of oxygen to the brain for purposes of sexual pleasure. It can be with a partner or solo, and it often involves strangulation. Autoerotic asphyxiation is the term that is used for an act when it's done solo. Hanging is a popular method, and since the 1960s, there have been many and infamous cases of sexual subjects accidentally killing themselves via hanging by autoerotic asphyxiation. The act has even been popularized within media over the years. Do you remember that 2001 film Life as a House? Hayden Christensen's character engages in autoerotic asphyxiation in its opening scenes. Anyways, if you're interested in checking out some of this research that I've referenced here on NFS or sex choking, be sure to visit the Hard Copy website at hardcopynews.com. Take care.